Guess what else time it is, y'all? Another episode of Democrats Say the Dumbest Things. That's right, pretty dumb. So now let's check out the dumbness on display.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started.
Before we start this video, I got a new sponsor, y'all. Yeah, check it out. China's real estate bubble is absolutely collapsing. In 2008, when the subprime mortgage crisis nearly ended capitalism, housing was 8% of the US GDP, while housing is 25% of China's. This is an epic meltdown and it's just beginning. Meanwhile, in the United States, inflation is so high that the Federal Reserve is talking about raising interest rates even further, choking the credit out of the economy completely. Everything is expensive. But gold is perfect for this environment, but it is near all-time highs already. So I want to present a company called Gold Mining Inc., trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticket DLGD. The reason is that this is a company that trades at multi-year lows, extremely cheap. Their gold resources are worth only $1 per ounce. If you go to wealthresearchgroup.com/cheap gold, there's an entire presentation explaining how this company is effectively 80 or 90% more discounted than anything out there. If you're bullish on gold, I urge you to stop everything you're doing and download this carefully drafted report now. There's a company overview right in the description area underneath this video, and I encourage you to check it out. So even though there's no guarantee when it comes down to investments, I tell you what, it gotta be a better risk to go with this than what's going on right now in the economy. So check out the links below, and now let's get to this video.
America is not sending their best and brightest, to Washington, D.C. Like, sometimes you literally just can't believe, these people are making the decisions that are, determining the government here. It's actually scary.
And here we qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator. You have 60 seconds.
Hi. Good night, everybody.
What?
What?
Even so early? This guy just said, I can't believe it. They're not sending their brightest to Washington. His opening statement was, good night, everybody. The party was over before it started. Now that's remarkable right there. All right, welcome to the party. Good night, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. We just said welcome. We just came in. I know. Good night. That guy right there. Yeah. So let's finish. Somebody said Dumbo ears. Let's finish hearing Dumbo ears up here, because he just said, I can't believe these people are in charge of making decisions in our government. They're not sending their brightest. That statement he just made didn't sound too bright.
With demanding for an easy, safe kind of their income, a path to a safe place for them to win. And I'm sitting.
Oh. Somehow, though, this man made it to Washington. He made it to Washington. Now he's sitting on a fake behind late night talk show, paid operatives channel, or show rather, and he's up here talking about that we ain't sending our brightest to Washington. And this man everybody in Pennsylvania should be embarrassed every time this dude makes an appearance, period. And see, the sad part is they want us to go ahead and overlook his obvious disability. But see, here's the thing. His disability has not compromised his wickedness, his evilness. See, when he gets a chance to say stupid, evil things, he'll say them. So even though he might have a disability, he's not exempt from criticism because, number one, they knew he had problems and they stuck him up there anyway. And want us to just accept that. All right. Number two, when he gets out there and is able to communicate certain things, the things that he supports makes me say, you're fully aware of that stupidity. Like when they asked him about third-term abortion, and this man mustered up enough brain energy to say, well, I let that, I don't put any restrictions on abortion. I'm going to leave that up to the woman and her doctor. See, that wasn't an issue of you having a problem, okay? That right there is a moral issue. That's what that is. So now I'm going to let you have it because your butt had the nerve to go on the show and say that, oh, we're not sending our brightest up there. Well, you open yourself up for criticism. So here you go. Takes one to know one.
Sitting within a chair with you right now to have this conversation to really just address the fact that I'm absolutely set to serve. The Eagles are so much better
than what?
Than the Eagles. Sometimes you literally just can't believe, these people are making the decisions that are,
You're right.
determining the government here. It's actually scary.
It is, FetterWoman. It is frightening to know that you are up in Washington making choices for the rest of the whole country. FetterWoman, there you go. Look at this guy. Listen to some of his choices.
Too. And some of you may know I started hanging pride flags on my office balcony in Harrisburg.
There you go.
Thank you.
Look at the dumb crowd. You see the dummies in the crowd? Yeah, yeah. What does that have to do with anything? How does that make our lives better? Huh? You up there dressed like a fool. Up there with a big old sun hat, but you know, some pandering. You got the rainbow stuff on, the rainbow flag, right? Who is he, Captain Rainbow? This is ridiculous. So now, FetterWoman is up there with a big behind rainbow hat, rainbow whatever around his neck. This is unreal. But, you know, they're not sending their best up to Washington. I'm looking at one of the worst ever to go to Washington. Between him and Joe Biden, it's a tie. Then you have that second tier of all of the squad members. You got your Hank Johnsons out there. The Guam is about to tip over. You got your Federicos running around with her big old cowgirl hat on, looking like a washed up stripper, a rodeo clown. You got all kind of stupid folks in the Democrat Party, the dumb Dems. You got Mad Max running around, Peach 45, and they was down there whipping those Haitians. You got that. You got Mahalia Jackson, Sheila Jackson with that bun on the back of her head, talking about, I held one of them AR-15s and there's as heavy as 12 boxes. And that bullet that they shoot, that 50 caliber, all of that. That's the dumb Dems. And these folks are making decisions for our lives. Talking about gun legislation, and you talking about they was heavy as 12 boxes and it shoots the 50 caliber bullet. And I'm going, and you're making decisions for our lives? Hank Johnson talking about some Guam might tip over, and this man is making choices that can impact my life. And then you got FetterWoman up here.
No. Thank you. Thank you. And we should all replacing the lead pipes and ensuring that everyone has
one right here.
Clean,
he's white.
Safe, clean drinking work.
Drinking work. Drink and work or drink and work? Drink and work. What kind of drinking work is I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but that man's making choices for your life.
Water, excuse me. We could release a third of our prisoners and not make anyone less safe. Now,
Dems say the dumbest things. A third of our prisoners and not make anyone less safe. Now that's a dumb statement than even dummies could say that's dumb. I would love to see Dumb Man right here, because he might get renamed Dumb Man. Captain Stupidity. So Dumb Man, if you were to go right into a all inner city minority area and say, hey, everybody come here, gather around. I got something to say, something real dumb. Got something real dumb to drop on you. I was thinking that all these folks that you grew up around that harassed the neighborhood and was shooting and stealing and robbing and looting and stuff like that, I was thinking that we should release a third of them back into your neighborhoods. And you could have people in there that have no degree, never graduated from middle school, that would say, that's dumb. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist. You ain't got to be a genius to say you are about to release a third of prisoners and say that nobody will be affected. That might be one of the dumbest things. Now, see, understand, that wasn't a statement that came from him having a stroke. He knew exactly what he was saying. See, and yet he's up there in Washington making decisions.
I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here. And he is here to commit to work with the governor and the delegation to make sure.
The delegation. Now, guys, if y'all ever see Kev standing up there next to the president of the United States with a hoodie on, if I'm dressed like this, I got problems. Yeah. I mean, you could go ahead and assume Kev done snapped, or either they caught me completely off guard. Hey, you walking down the street, you want to meet the president? Yeah, is it Trump? Because I don't want to meet creepy. I don't want to meet that guy. Oh, it's Trump? Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not dressed properly. It doesn't matter. Come on. Yeah. First thing I would do is get up there and address that. I want to let everybody know this is not something I would have wore to meet the president. But they called me from, that's what I would do. Not him. That guy shows up on the tarmac with that on. Then gets up there making a speech.
We get this fixed quick fast as well too. This is a president that is committed to infrastructure, yeah, and then on top of that, the jewel kind of a.
Now, y'all, we got the double Dems. We got the double dummies right there. Those two right there are the lead dummies in the party at this point. So now we got the double Ds right here. The double dummies standing on one platform. That platform is not strong enough to contain all of that dumbness right there. I'm surprised the whole thing don't just implode. Those are some heavy hitting dummies right there. Unbelievable. Somebody said, Kev, we want 3 hours. Boy, I wish I could give you 3 hours. One day I'm going to do a marathon. See just how long I can go till I fall asleep. Dang on, I'm going to let these Dems have it until I tap out. So anyway, they can't get no more crookeder and dumber than this. These Dems are, Kev, the Dems is so corrupt. How corrupt are they? Oh, the Dems are so corrupt. It might still continue to rip them while I'm sleeping. Dumb Dems. Nasty Pelosi. The Chuck Schumer. And creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. I might still keep going while I'm knocked out. So now we got all these dummies right there on the one platform. Law of the inflation bill that is going to make sure that there's going to be bridges all across the America getting rebuilt.
What in the hell is he talking about?
You are right about that, Joe. That might be the only smart thing that I've ever heard come out of Joe's mouth. What in the heck is he talking about? In fact, that could be applied to every single Democrat. What are they talking about? And that guy started this whole thing off having the nerve to say that, well, they're not sending the brightest up to Washington, starting with you. To be able to overlook yourself in this application and to have the audience not recognize the obvious, that maybe he's talking about himself. That's like a little person getting on stage and they're starting to talk about little people as if they ain't little. You know my problem with little people is, and I'm going, but you're a little person. And that goes across the board. You know, if you're a giant, you know, you go start talking, I'm going, maybe he's going to tie himself into this somehow because he's he's a looper, or you're fat, or you're skinny, or whatever you are. You got to recognize what you are first, and you got to address that. And if the audience feel you're not addressing it, then they think you're delusional. They're sitting there going, this person don't realize he's talking about himself. You at least got to make it funny. Like if I start joking about a bald head, I let y'all know that, hey, I know I got a bald head. But if I'm talking about folks with a bald head, and I never stop to address the fact that I am a bald-headed man, you're going to question my sanity. And that's what that guy just did. He got out there and said, yep, they're sending their worst up there and they're not smart. And I can't believe these people are making decisions for the country. And I'm going, you ain't never lied, John FetterWoman. You ain't never lied. I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well.